We are back from the break. This is Sports Zone, and tonight I'm sharing the company of the usual faces of this show. Sichofe, Philip, Ashrim.
Good evening. I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
How is Madam?
Oh, Madam is great. Great. That brings me to it. I almost missed it.
Yeah.
Or you introduced the second guy before.
Oh, no, you finished. Talk to me.
Why? Are you the host?
I'm the one driving the conversation.
So let me say, wish Madam, my wife, Karen Selassie Atrim, she's a midwife.
Okay.
And so I'm wishing all midwives, they are celebrating their week.
Okay.
So World's Midwife Week.
Okay.
So I wish World's Midwife Week. And to all the other midwives in Pentecost Hospital, Medina Estates.
Okay.
They do some great job. I mean, sometimes when she's back from work and she's telling me the things they go through, me sometimes I cringe. I look at her, I'm like, yeah, she's really strong. So yeah, thanks to all the midwives around the globe for the incredible job you do for our mothers and for our younger ones that come into the world. So yeah, I'm using my wife as a point of contact to wish all
everyone the best.
Yeah, she's a strong girl.
Danny, how are you?
Introduce me so that I can add my voice to what Sicho was saying.
So now add your voice.
I'm from Alpha, so it's gone.
From Afine.
Alpha, so it's gone.
Afine.
You can't come and talk about this sweet wish to his wife and all the midwives in the globe. Eh?
Yeah, the globe.
Then you come and introduce me and I'll go back.
No, so his wife is midwife. You, your own, a top wife or down wife?
Oh, wife.
Show proudly brought to you by Kivo Gary 4-in-1 Mix. Amagari Sokisa. Easy. Guinness, yes, we can. And Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. Piva Beverages, are you looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva Beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, orange flavor, tangerine flavor, grape and cocktail. Flavorful moments in every bottle. Piva Cola, orange, cocktail, and grape and tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Or call us on 0550-032231. 0550-032231. Piva, a taste you will love. And Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soakings Mix. Feeling hungry and want something quick to eat? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soakings Mix is your hunger friend. It has all you need inside one pack. There's Gary, there's crunchy granite, there is creamy milk and sugar. And they've got some varieties. One has low sugar, the other has normal sugar. Depending on what you want, you can decide that. So just go to a shop near you, get one for yourself. If you're someone who works in the office for a very long time and hardly has the time to go out to get something to eat, just make Kivo Gary your friend. In fact, the box, there are like 40 pieces in the box. Just to tell you that I'm ambassador of Kivo. Just put the box near you in your office. Anytime you're hungry, just pull out one. The only thing you need is water and you'll be good to go. So all you need is just to add water and you're good to go. No stress, just perfect. And it is a delicious taste. Enjoy it at the office, boarding house, home, or anywhere you want. It is available in various markets and retail shops nationwide. Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soakings makes Gary Soakings easy. This advert is FDA approved. And today, as I mentioned earlier, we have Guinness Smooth. Guinness is introducing something special. And Guinness Smooth, truly distinctive. It is a perfect balance of bitter and roasted barley and sweet malt to give you a smooth and refreshingly tasting stout. Serve chilled and enjoy the smooth experience. And this one, the Guinness Smooth, the alcohol content in this is 5%, unlike the other one, which has alcohol content of 7.5%. They have made it possible for us to gather here tonight to bring you some exciting conversations that have happened in the world of sports. And we start from the Black Satellites camp, where they secured a 1-0 win against Senegal, who are the defending champions of the CAF Under-20 competition. Sicho, you saw that. I'm sure after the first game against DR Congo, many of us were actually thinking that Senegal was going to be a much tougher task, but they've been able to get the job done.
To be fair, Senegal were tougher, but and as you said, they got the job done. I watched the first game against DRC, and I was a bit worried for Desmond Affair because I saw a team that was playing nothing like I've seen his teams play. They didn't have his identity, and it looked like they were struggling. Everybody was just running with the ball, and the team, nobody really could keep the ball well. The passing wasn't crisp. The passing was either overhit or underhit, or the pass is bubbling all over the place. And it was very difficult to watch in that very first game. But my thinking was, it's a competition. And as young as these players are, sometimes the butterflies takes a while before it gets out of the system. Yeah. So I was like, maybe that's the first game, so that is why they played the way they did. Then I saw them against Senegal. Then now I'm thinking that maybe the team have got genuine problems. Every player is playing at 100 kilometers an hour. Nobody really is taking a moment to get the team to build any rhythm or whatsoever. They are going into the game trying to match the physicality of the opponent. They're going into the game trying to outrun the opponent. Everybody's looking for a quick pass. Yes. Unless maybe you're not picking the passes in time. So the performances across the two games hasn't necessarily been good. But in competitions, what you need to do first and foremost is to get enough points to be able to go through the next stage, because as the tournament goes on, you can improve. And every team has got at least one bad game in the competition. And hopefully for these young players, they've already played that bad game. And from this point, they are going to improve. 4 points out of 2 games isn't a bad result. It's the performance that we hope can get better.
Daniel?
Yeah, to be frank, this month...
It appears the DNA was missing.
Some way. And I would have been happier if we were creating opportunities but just weren't scoring goals. But the team is not really creating chances, to be frank. In the 2 games, I don't think we've been tested. The defense has been properly tested. They've looked pretty sound. And if we are not happy with the way our team is playing, and I think the Senegalese will also not be happy with the way their team is playing. I thought they would give Ghana a lot to think about. It was a pretty straightforward game. In fact, after Mensah scored a goal, watching the game, you just couldn't see where Senegal were going to get their goal from, if not from a very bad mistake by a Ghanaian. And as Icho said, it's a competition. You beat who's in front of you and you get the job done. It's not a requirement of a competition for you to play the best football. And if you look across the tournaments, it's not always the best team or the fanciest team that wins the competition. Karim Zito's team, just in the last 2021 AFCON would bear testament to what I'm saying. So the boys just have to beat who's in front of them. And I think as the tournament progresses, we'll start seeing a more coherent team. We know that there were issues in camp, late arrivals, call-up issues. So it may take a while for them to get into the groove of things. And aside that, I didn't have too many complaints. But again, Sichu mentioned the individualism. Desmond's team thrives on teamwork and understanding player movement, passing, interplay. But we are seeing a bit too much ball hoarding. Aziz gets the ball, he wants to shoot from everywhere. Suleiman gets the ball, he wants to show that he's Messi. Like everybody wants to... And
a Messi or a Neymar.
No, I understand that it's a big stage, but that's where... And I think that's where Desmond needs to come in, and his maturity and his leadership needs to come in. That it's not about you, it's not about individuals, it's about the team. And if the team is playing well, everybody will look good. So for me, these are some of the excesses you need to cut out, but I don't think it's such a big deal. 4 points from 2 games, as Sichu has said. I think we've qualified, all things being equal, we've qualified. Yeah. Central African Republic looked good today against DRC. They lost though, but I don't think it's a game that we'll struggle to get over.
Okay. Hopefully the satellites will be able to qualify to the next phase. What matters is just beat the opponent in front of you and stand a chance of going to the next phase of the competition. Now, let's go to the Ghana Premier League. Let's bring in the results of matches that were played. And in fact, we'll talk about the big one briefly. Is it a fixture that has lost its taste? Because the biggest game in Ghana's football calendar played before an empty stadium. These are the results of matches. Midiama versus Vision FC. This game was played on Friday. Midiama won by 3-1. Young Apostle won 2-0 against Basaka Holy Stars. Dreams FC won 3-0 against Insuatruman. That game did not happen because Insuatruman have pulled out of the competition. So, by virtue of the fact that they've pulled out, any opponent that is coming against Insuatruman wins by 3 goals and walked away with 3 points. Bechem United won 1-0 against Legon City. Ediana Stars were 3-2 winners against Bekum Chelsea. House of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko played out a drop 0-0 scoreline. Nations FC, they are now at the summit of the Premier League table after defeating Accra Lions by 1-0. Heart of Lions also won 2-1 against the defending champion Samatex. And this was the big one. The league leaders, the then league leaders, Bibiani Ghost sat at home and lost 1-0 to Carla United. I'm not sure how many people actually saw this one coming. And this is how the table looks like. Nations FC sit at a summit of that table with 54 points. Heart of Lions are second with 53. Gold Stars have got 53. Kotoko have got 51. Midiama have got 47. Heart of Oak have got 46. Samatex 45. Bechem United 43. Dreams FC 43. Ediana Stars 41. Let's take a look at the second half of that table. Bekum Chelsea have got 41. Young Apostles 37. Paseke Holy Stars have got 33. Vision FC have got 33. Kerala United have got 32. Accra Lions 32. And Legon City 25. In short, Truman are at the foot of that table with 21 points. But now, if you have some of the fans talking about the game between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and House of Hope, let's have a look at that. Some of them actually said they've wasted their money to go to the stadium to go and watch the biggest fixture in Ghana's football calendar. Sicho?
Well, the game was disappointing, but such as football at times, the fixture doesn't necessarily live up to the billing. So yeah, it happens everywhere in the world. I don't think not seeing the best game at the stadium is peculiar to only the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah.
Having said that, when we complain about the state of Ghana football and those handling Ghana football make it seem as though we complain too much. I think these are some of the days that you have to take a cue from the feeling from the general public. That is not a media matter. This is not people who are overly enthusiastic about the game complaining and whining about the rots and everything that is wrong with the sports that we have in this country. This is the general public telling you that they don't want to see your Heart of Oak and your Kotoko, two of your biggest clubs in the country. And the game is being played right in the capital. It's not like the game is being taken to a neutral ground. It's being taken to another country or another city where people don't want to travel. The game is in Accra, yet people say they don't want to see the game. And so there are fundamental things that are wrong with the league. There are fundamental things that are wrong with the club. And there's a fundamental thing wrong with the Ghanaian fan culture. And I've always said the Ghanaian fan culture is not blind, right? It's not
ride or die.
It's not ride or die. You know, the Ghanaian fan wants something to give, right? He wants something to be there for him to go and enjoy himself. Because only 3 years or 4 years ago, fans could go and fill the stadium in games like Hearts and Olympics, in games like Kotoko and Adriana.
You commentated on these games?
Yeah, I was privileged enough to be running commentary on those games. And we had massive crowds coming through. And many people thought that, okay, that is just it, it's going to happen. But what we didn't do was to grow it from that point. What we didn't do was to sustain the interest of the people. So it's a shame that only 4 years down the line, the league has declined and fans are not attending these games. But on the day, like everybody's saying, the game wasn't great. And look, quality of players, quality of play, quality of the coverage of the league. No, I'm not talking about only TV. I'm talking about the whole conversation around the league, the position the FA takes on the league and how it puts it in the face of Ghanaians. It's non-existent. And that is why we've seen what we've seen. And this is in isolation. We played the President's Cup for these two clubs, and the gates had to be open for free. Yet, we didn't have the full capacity. So there's something fundamentally wrong with our football. It's not my job to fix it. I'm only pointing it out to those whose job it is to fix it. They can't deny it again. They can't deny it anymore. There's plenty of work to be done, and they need to start working.
Then just before I hear from you, let's hear from the fan who says he's wasted the money and the girl who said that Kotoko should not win the league because she doesn't want them to go to Africa.
It's at the end of the day, we wasted our monies, we wasted our time just to come and sit down and look at substandard players. I'm a House of Oak fan personally, but this is a below the best performance from all the two clubs.
I think the game was good, between both sides, Kotoko was better, obviously. But then I did not like the referee's officiating. He was favoring us. And then we had a clear penalty incident. He didn't take. Personally, as a Kotoko fan, I don't think, even if they can, I don't want them to win. Why? Yes, I don't want them to represent Africa with the kind of players they have currently.
I think she has done your job for you.
I mean, I don't have anything to say. They said, oh, it's true, I agree with them.
No, but what has happened? About 4 or 5 years ago, at the peak of COVID, people were breaking COVID protocols to go and watch Ghana Premier League football.
That was a wonderful. You see, that was the season before it wasn't like that, and the season after it wasn't like that.
So how come
something
we're
happened
not able
during
to sustain the numbers? What happened? You don't know what to say.
I'm too tired of hearing the same thing.
I want to hear from you, Daddy.
No, this thing Cicho just said.
Yeah.
Is it something
You've said it 1 billion times.
It's Charlie.
It's quite unfortunate, actually. It's quite unfortunate because, I don't know. And I will say this competition, this product, sold many of us to the world, gave many of us opportunities to be able to grow in this media space. All of a sudden, even those of us who were so passionate about it have taken a back step and can't even go to the stadium to cover it anymore. I really don't know, but the conversation is becoming quite mundane to have. It's quite mundane to have. Karim has joined us for Ghanaian players.
Sweet Karim.
Sweet Karim. Sweet Karim.
You say Bosu.
Hey.
Karim, how are you?
I'm fine. Abi, it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
When?
Next week. Next week.
What is happening?
Why?
What is happening?
Why are you pushing it back?
Why are you having your personal conversation? You are having your office conversation on the show.
No.
And there are viewers who are watching.
Karim
They understand.
came here last week to hype a certain boy.
Yes.
And he gave me a task. And I told him I'm done.
Okay.
But the world will see it next week. That's what I'm...
Then
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yeah, you get it.
it. But
Now I understand.
I'll keep it
Yeah.
He says when?
next week.
If you joke, I'll move it to next year.
You see, next week when I come, the first thing you will see this year, we are seeing the future first.
Bola!
Yes.
Bola!
The future first before this.
Karim, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, again, a weekend of performances from Ghanaian players abroad, and those of them that are here, they are part of my team of the week. And again, for the past 3 weeks, I think that it's Joseph Annan who has been keeping the post for me. And again, last Friday, that was 2nd May, he played for St. Patrick's, that is in the Irish League, and they won 2-0 against Galway. And in that game, he made 6 saves for St. Patrick's to win that game 2-0. Today again, he played on Friday and played again today. If it was today's performance, he wouldn't be here, but thank God it's not today.
Well, what happened today?
Today they lost.
They lost.
But he didn't make the saves he would usually make?
Not. But even still...
I wasn't to blame for any of the goals, though. Did he make
I haven't seen the goals. I think
Right.
it's just 1 goal. But from Friday, actually, the 6 saves he made, that was his 7th clean sheet for St. Patrick's.
So those saves, they've cleared the one
yes.
today.
And actually, from that point, he has the most clean sheets in the league, 7. And also his save percentage of 79.2 is the highest in the Irish League. Then at right back, I have Kingsley Schindler, plays for Samsonspor, and they won 2-0 against Eyüpspor, that is in the Turkish League. And in that game, he won 100% of the tackles he attempted. Then Joseph Annan plays for Basel, and they won 5-1 against Servette. In that game, he was the player to have played 45 minutes or more and have completed the most passes. Out of 40 passes he attempted, in about 65 minutes he has played, he misplaced only 1 pass. Then in that game as well, that is Servette against Basel, there was also Kasim Adams for Servette, and he scored a goal actually, but made some errors that led to a goal in that game. Then Joseph Opoku started his first game for Istanbul Basaksehir, and in about a month or more he was injured for a while, And then in that game, he started for them. They won 4-2 against Hatayspor. And then Joseph Annan plays for Red Star Belgrade. They have already won the league. There was sort of no competition at the left-back position. And Red Star Belgrade, they won 2-1 against TSC. That is in the Serbian Super League. Then Thomas Partey. It's only one pass that I saw that I brought him here. You see, why are you so hopeful that they'll win tomorrow? Because the boss is coming back.
It's coming back.
You see how Arsenal scored that goal?
One pass.
Since one pass. That is all. I won't say anything again. Then Forcing Amagua plays for Norwich. He started his first game for them since January. He has been struggling with a lot of injury issues. In the final game of the season, that is against Cardiff, and they put him in the starting lineup. Norwich won that game 4-2, but they are not in contention for playoffs, so he's preparing for next season. Then Bosu Jordan Ayew. I mean, you see the goal he scored. Sweet goal.
Fantastic.
Very good goal.
Yes, 6 goals this season. You see what Jamie Vardy good when he cleared the Jordan cleared
the referee. Jamie Vardy took the whistle.
Oh, yeah. It's an opportunity
to stop the counter-attack.
Yes. So Jordan has 6 goals this season in all competitions for Leicester City, though they are going down. Hopefully he gets another Premier League club.
Oh,
We'll continue. I mean, those ones that are coming up. Where is he going?
But we'll see. We are working on it.
Yes.
He doesn't belong there.
Then Jalal Abdullahi, he went on loan to Molde from Elfsborg. And in 5 games he has played for them. He's a striker, went on loan to Molde, that is in the Norwegian league. Hodgins Sand? That is the team they played against. In the 90th minute, Hodgins Sand equalized. And then in the 97th minute, he scored his first goal for them to secure a 2-1 win for them. That is for Molde. That is in the league. Bodo Glimt, who are facing Tottenham in the semi-final of the Europa League, are in. And they are not even in contention for like Champions League or even Europa League. They are now fighting for Conference League. Then this guy is in contention to play in the Bundesliga next season. I think with just one win, Hamburg, they won this weekend, I think against Darmstadt. They won 4-0, and he scored his 12th goal of the season. That is Ransford Konisdorfer, 12 goals of the season in 31 league games, and with 3 assists, and with just one win, he will be in the Bundesliga next season. And throughout his career as a professional, this is the season he has scored the most goals in his career. That is 12 out of 31 league games he has played. So a summary of everything.
Quite impressive, quite impressive. And that's a very good team. I don't know whether today you want the thoughts of Danny K and Sicho on your team, or we should keep quiet.
Thoughts are always welcome.
No, it's good to see Jordan back. Van Nistelrooy, that's what will happen if you keep benching him. And he's going on relegation. And Van Nistelrooy should stay there with them because he took them there. He should stay there.
What if he gets a very good offer?
They will sack him, crowd. Which offer?
That's my issue.
You want him to be sacked?
I don't want him to be sacked. Why will I be happy?
You want someone's father to lose his...
That's what I've said. Why should I be happy somebody's father is losing his...
Hello, good evening. This is Abednego Hazard inside Dowenya. He says that Chelsea is the only team in English football history to win the next fixture against the champions. He said they did it against Man United in 2013, and now they've done it against Liverpool. So, Chelsea is going to play Champions League football. He said Champions League football is in the pipeline. Good evening, Sports Zone. A United fan sent me the EPL table after United won match they won and Chelsea lost against Man City. Since then, I've been asking him to send me the table again, and he's not showing up. We are far better than this Man United team this season. Greetings to all Chelsea fans in China. Castro Steve from China. China in the Upper East, yeah, I guess. I'm Jude from Nalergo. Tell Danny K that I'm thank you that he said he's been following you people since your days at your former employ.
Fantastic.
So yes, he's a great fan. He said, I hope one day tell coach that they are now also being dressed by women because the time of scorecard worried them about marriage, especially Tumi Jon Snow and something. He said married to what?
Yeah, Fenty was a single man. That's for me. I was working on
getting married.
Fenty was a single man. Coach was advising him to marry. Now he's happy.
And you're also married?
To Karim.
Yes, no, I think Karim has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was at Adum.
Oh, sir.
Yes.
I didn't know she was here.
Oh, she's here. She was at Adum.
He's eligible for multiples.
Yeah, she was at Adum.
Boga, you...
What if you've come to disclose where the supposed girlfriend works?
He has not disclosed anything.
What if she's not the one?
Somebody at home is watching, she doesn't work at her dome, and you are saying that Karim's girlfriend...
That is a problem. It means that she's out.
Okay.
Hey.
Are you the one?
The one I know is the one I talk about.
You don't know anybody. You don't know anybody.
It's not the defense mood that he's in right now.
So why are you mounting defense?
You don't know anybody. I'm mounting defense.
No, I don't understand why you're mounting defense.
Because me, the one I know is not doesn't work at home.
Okay.
You know someone too?
Yeah, but she doesn't work at home.
Why are you doing many at the same time? Focus on one.
I beg you.
The guy can go up to 4. You are telling me.
He can go up to 4. He has to chase all of them and go up to 4.
It's by choice.
Start one, marry one first.
It's not by force.
They do number 2. But
How many have you married?
one guy from my village did something. He married.
No, you yourself, not the one from your village.
One.
So how many kids do you have?
I'm saying your girlfriend works at that. Don't see the kind of question they ask me.
No, answer me like I'm going somewhere.
Where are you going?
You need time to do things. Go on.
Okay. But you know, don't you?
I don't. What I'm saying is that you have a wife, you have kids, you've not married second. Leave me alone.
Hello, guys. Sports Zone is always time, and I'm always waiting for Sports Zone. Good evening to you all. Kudos to the young stars. That's the satellites he's referring to. They played good football, focused and determined, which they will do more in their next match on Thursday. Special greetings to Karim. You've got greetings there. Defender 10 from Chufe Praso. Congratulations to Chelsea for beating Liverpool, but our coach is still bad. Hasselhoff must up their game. They are behaving like Man United. Wow. How about, I'm sure, Benai, I beg, make we arrange the messages well. He said, good evening, guys. I'm Prince from Oyibi. There's this prophet on TikTok saying the final is between Spain and France. I've seen that as well. He said, my advice to investors, please, don't go and stick with your fortune.
Prophets, they play the ball some more.
Let me tell you one thing. There was one prophet, V. I don't know if I call him prophet.
It's there so.
He go predict Copa, this one, Copa America final. Wait, no work. To date, I don't hear from him again.
Yeah, review.
Review what?
I follow some prophets. Some football prophets, I go see the team. They say, man, you go win Europa. If you carry one, they feel like...
Sevilla.
I go my get.
Penalties.
My get. Run on a penalty, they shim. They are the castle. Never again.
When I saw that thing, I was like... And the man was speaking with V, man. He said... In fact, he started from the semi-final. He started predicting from the semi-final. He got to the semi-final and said the final, he sees Spain versus France. Now in Spain and Italy, they get 3-3. But anything is possible, though. Anything is possible.
See.
I hope it will not happen like the one who went to predict the Copa America final. Today, it'll be like, you don't predict football again.
Are you go predict?
He said, this is also saying that Vardy blowing the whistle is crazy. The crazier and funnier thing is that he walked away after blowing the whistle. He didn't check on the referee. This is Pilolo from Sunyani. How about Ragnar Archie? Is he a Ghanaian doing very well in Germany second tier?
Yeah, last week he was the one I was saying was delivering consistently, and he scored 17 goals last season. This season he has 17 as well. So.
Yeah, okay. And then, good evening, Sports Zone. Can someone tell Mourinho to resign and be with his wife? Because football has forgotten him. The derby, go lose to your manager, no, only. Besiktas, you go lose, fine. 9 defeat. We take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll take you to England, bring you highlights of those matches. Today, we want to center heavily on the second leg of the UEFA Champions League matches that will be happening tomorrow and on Wednesday. And the Joy Sports team will be at Heritage Craft Brewery and also at Lennox inside Airport. We are back after this break. These are the results of Premier League matches played over the weekend. Manchester City won 1-0 against Wolves. Aston Villa won 1-0 against Fulham. Leicester were 2-0 winners against Southampton. Everton drew 2-2 against Ipswich Town. Arsenal sat at home and they lost 1-2 to Bournemouth. Brighton played 1-1 against Newcastle United. Brentford won. They won their game 4-3 against Man United. West Ham played out a 1-1 stalemate against Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea won 3-1 against Liverpool. And Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. That game has ended and it is 1-1 between the two teams. And this is how the table looks like. Liverpool, they're already champions. They've got 82 points. Second place, Arsenal have got 67. Man City have got 64. They are third on the league table. Newcastle have got 63. Chelsea have got 63. The top 5 teams who will play in the UEFA Champions League. So Chelsea is hoping to play UEFA Champions League football next season. And also, Forest, they have now dropped a seat with 60 points. Aston Villa have got 60. Bournemouth have got 53. Brentford 52. Brighton 52. That is the first half of the table. This is the second half. Fulham got 51. Crystal Palace 45. Wolves 41. Everton 39. Man United 15th on the league table with 39 points. Tottenham Hotspur 16. Tottenham Hotspur. This team and Mauricio Pochettino was playing Champions League football back-to-back. See where they are seated. 16th on the league table with 38 points. West Ham 17th with 37. The mid-table team has dropped. Ipswich Town 22. Leicester 21. Southampton 11. Relegated teams there. Gentlemen, I don't know which game you want to talk about because it appears the relevance, it'd be like it don't die small, but there's still Champions League football to fight for.
Yeah, and I think that Arsenal's defeat to Bournemouth is a big deal because all of a sudden their second place is not safe.
Yes.
I still think they qualify for Champions League, but they've been thrown into that whole Champions League dogfight. And then but then again, I thought maybe I thought the squad has got injury worries, yes, but I thought maybe you should have started a few more of the players who would know they were not going to play in midweek. Because for the players who were going to play midweek, a lot of them have got their eyes on that PSG game. It doesn't matter the experience they've got. They know they won't win the Premier League. But they know they can win the Champions League. So for surely, Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Saka, Saliba, Raya, all of them would have had.
So even mentally, their focus is on the Champions
But if you play Iwanieri, if you play Sterling, if you play some other players, maybe they are trying to catch the eye of the coach. That look, I know I'm not going to start on Wednesday, but if you need help, look at what I'm doing against Bournemouth, and maybe you can call on me. So sometimes you use these situations to motivate players who have not played enough and to rest players to focus more on the game that is to come, because truly, that is where their entire season now lies. So I was surprised that he started the team that he started with. Again, and the Liverpool game as well, I thought that credit to Chelsea in the way they played. But this is a clear reason why, it's a clear example for the reason why Slot's team was not maybe good enough to win more things this season and they could focus only on the league. Because whenever he's had to make significant changes to his team, it's never really been the same. So it's the depth in the squad that is lacking. Because in this game, he changed his entire midfield, and it was never the same.
About 6 changes was
made. Why
made.
did he laugh? That's be true. Why did he laugh? Curtis Jones.
He's a very interesting guy.
He made about 6 changes.
Plate changes.
No, you see the line of the argument.
Listen, so he brought in Curtis Jones, Endo Ouattara, and then Wataru, and then and the other man for Elliott. And these are 3 players who throughout the season, I'm not sure they've even combined together in the Premier League as a midfield force. Then there was Kwanzaa, who hasn't played enough this season because he hasn't necessarily been at that level. So when Slot has made changes to his squad, it's affected the way his team has played. And that is why in the game against Southampton, that game was between the 2 PSG games, he didn't trust the rest of the players he's got on the bench to come into the Premier League game So he started a lot of the players who started in Paris. And by the time they realized they were tired, they couldn't cope with the intensity of PSG, and they were kicked out at Anfield. So Liverpool now have to go into the summer. I mean, these are examples for Liverpool. They need to go into the summer knowing that they need to strengthen the squad if they have to compete on more fronts. But yeah, credit to Chelsea that they had to win because it was important that they won, knowing that a place in Champions League was at stake. And
Liverpool, just a couple of hours ago, we had Alexander-Arnold announced that he's leaving Liverpool.
Yeah, obviously good news for Real Madrid. They've struggled with that position for quite a while. And I think Alexander-Arnold coming in is a huge upgrade on what they've got. Because Carvajal, as it stands, at his age, coming out from this injury that he's got, you don't expect him to be up to that level. So it's a very good acquisition for Real Madrid. But for Liverpool, it's also a very huge loss. Conor Bradley at right back, when he's coming, he's done a good job, but he's not one who you look at and you say are going to trust the full
for a long haul,
season. So obviously Liverpool need to go out in this transfer window. They need at least a new right back and a new left back because we saw Tsimikas against Chelsea also, basically showing us why Robertson has been playing week in, week out, despite being as poor as he's been this season. But I'm just happy that Cicho can admit that when some key players are missing, the Liverpool team can drop in quality. And so he just goes back to the various injuries that teams like Arsenal and Manchester City have suffered this season and how blessed Liverpool have been to have the full armour and the full arsenal of their squad throughout the length of the season.
That's not true.
It's very true.
Alexander has been injured this season.
One pair.
We've seen Jota, Alisson.
Jota is not a starter.
He would have.
It's like Arsenal coming to complain about your friend is Mbu, Gabriel Jesus. Not a starter.
Gakpo because he had this injury problem.
Jota is not a starter.
Darwin Núñez.
If Salah got injured for 3 months, are you telling me that Liverpool will not struggle? If McAllister got injured for 3 months, are you telling me Liverpool will not struggle?
No, they will not struggle. But on the trend bit, well, they might sound unpopular, but I understand Liverpool fans. They've been there for 20 years. All he's known is Liverpool.
Yeah.
And now he's leaving for free. I think that's what hurts Liverpool fans the most, that they're not going to get anything from him.
Yeah.
But football is brutal. If the club wants to move on from the player because he's injured, is not fit enough, or he's not playing well, not many fans are going to complain that the club is letting the player who stayed there for 20 years go.
Yep.
Classic example is Scott McTominay for Manchester United. The club thought that they need to let him go. A lot of fans were like, he's a homegrown boy. Whenever he plays with his heart. We want to have him. But the club was like, for business reasons, he has to go. So they saw his back. He's at Napoli now. And the boy now also says that I've done everything I can do with Liverpool. I think I need to move on to the next chapter. It's a very personal decision. And I hope the fans can understand. But I can understand how the fans feel. But I'm thinking that maybe if Conor Bradley plays more games, Liverpool are not missing Alexander-Arnold. And this is the reason. It's not because he's as good as Alexander-Arnold, but it's only because in the slot system, they've not necessarily needed
a player
like Arnold and his exceptional qualities on the offensive. What they've needed rather is the quality of Bradley, if he can improve on it and be a lot more solid defensively, yet be decent going forward. So we've seen Alexander-Arnold, like I said last week, Alexander-Arnold this season hasn't been the player we've come to know, not because he's lost ability, simply because the system that the manager is playing doesn't offer him the opportunity to be advanced and score the goals and create the chances that he's known for. So, but I think you get to do that a lot in Real Madrid. But under slots, that part of his game was limited. But under slots now, if Conor Bradley can step it up, he could be a very useful tool for the way Slot plays because I think he needs a right back like Conor Bradley more than a right back like Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that is not comparing comparing who is better. I'm just comparing their style of game and what the manager has come to use. So maybe Liverpool might not necessarily miss Trent if Conor Bradley can step it up and be consistent and be fit.
And then Man United, just something brief from Man United. It appears they are going all out for that Europa League. Hopefully, that should serve as an opportunity for them to play Champions League football. Because if you look at the table,
well, it's the smartest thing to do. The league, if they win all they are not going anywhere in the league. The only thing to play for this season is the Europa League. And to be frank, it's quite similar to Van Gaal when he came into this Man United team. They were playing much better football in Europe than in England. The Premier League is very difficult.
What does that say about the Europa League, though? When you look at teams like Spurs and Man United,
yeah, I don't think it's the Europa League per se. I think European football is much slower than the Premier League. You have a bit more time to think on the ball. The Premier League is very intense. So sometimes teams struggle, especially when it's new managers who are coming in. They struggle to find the balance between. But Amorim was playing in Europe before he came, so he's managed to come in seamlessly. In fact, if you look at Man United's record in the Europa League, United are the best team in Europe in terms of results. They've not lost a single game in Europe this season. So they are playing at a much better level, much higher level. And the teams that they are beating are teams that are actually really doing well in European competition and there are various leagues this season. Look at what they did to Bilbao, look at what they did to Lyon, who are doing well in the league, look at what they did to Sociedad. So United are playing much better in Europe, and it's the sensible thing to do. Mourinho did it when he came first. The team was finishing City, was left with a couple of games in the league. He knew he wasn't going to crack top 4, so you put all your eggs in one basket. And Amorim is doing, look, if he plays well in the league, we are beating Brentford and Gusiaga. If you win the next game, nothing will happen. So it's about focusing on the Europa League and maybe winning it, hopefully winning it. But if we're going to go to the Champions League,
but the prestige of just playing that competition is something they would definitely be looking at.
No, I think Man United, they desperately need to get into the Champions League by hook or crook, and the back door offers them the opportunity because to be able to make some of the signings they want to make,
they need that money.
That money will be crucial, and the fact that the players would play in the Champions League. I think the club Man United has the pool already, right? But something else needs to motivate these players because several other clubs have got that motivation now. So apart from the fact that it's Man United, if you're in Champions League, it's a plus. And the money that it comes with is also a plus for the Ineos group that is handling the club. So they desperately need to qualify to the Champions League. But in their ways, that tricky second leg against Bilbao, you wonder if...
Tricky?
I think it is. I still think it is because it's Man United. And I've seen their character.
He still thinks it is because it is Man United.
Yes, we've seen the character of this team. I know their record in Europe has been impeccable this season, but when this team concedes the first goal, when this team goes down first, they normally crack. So I think Bilbao have got a lot of quality. I think they can hit Man United. And so I'm not going to say it's done and dusted, even though United have got their leg and 2 fingers in the final. But again, they would have to play against either Spurs or Bodo Glimt, and that again won't be easy. But they look like among the 4 teams now, they are favourites to go and win it. But can they handle that pressure?
That's the obvious question. Good evening. A big congratulations to Harry Kane. Delay is not denial. Yes. Good evening. I hope you are good. I am Jay. Tomorrow, Barcelona will lose to Inter Milan and lose again to Real Madrid. Yes, there's a El Clasico that will be happening on the 11th. So he thinks that they'll lose to Inter tomorrow and also lose against Real Madrid during the El Clasico. And tomorrow we'll be at Heritage Craft Brewery for that Champions League tie between Inter Milan and Barcelona. He's saying that this season they'll only have the Copa del Rey. I promise you. Fellow Ghanaians, I'm from Pong. My friend is in coma for 3 days now after staking 1 million Ghana cedis belonging to a lawyer on no player to blow a whistle, and Jamie Vardy went and blew the whistle. This one says, good evening, guys. I'm Herbert, watching you from the UK. Shout out to Danny K. I always enjoy his analysis. Barcelona will dominate Inter Milan and win at San Siro tomorrow. And then Danny K. Arteta no send you the 30s yet. He said, Arteta no send you the 30s yet for the game.
If you do send them,
do send them.
That's why I fuck for the question.
They send me.
That's possible. Please, what's your thoughts on Barcelona and Inter match? We are coming to it pretty soon. That is our against match day, and Daniel Crampton will be giving us so much details in that. He said that, and please, let's talk about the Ghana and the 20. We've already done that. Most players don't deserve to be on this team. Just 5 players in the squad. We've already spoken about the Ghana under 20. And it's just a privilege to know that Kempon, McDan, and Robert Coleman are all watching this show. Thank you very much, all of you, for watching. Greetings to all of you. I'm taking a quick break. When I come back, we'll go into Guinness Match Day. I don't know if there was a problem with the lip sync, but you take a look at Hurricane's lips and the sound, they were not matching. I don't know.
Somebody told me over the weekend that Hurricane doesn't know how to be celebrated. He doesn't even know the words of the champions.
He can't celebrate.
He's not used to it. Somebody told me on Twitter. They asked.
Somebody told you. Oh, okay. So he doesn't know how it feels to win a medal.
He's never done it before. The only medals he has are loosest medals.
He said somebody told
Champions League, Euros. So the person was telling me that, is he Hurricane?
Hello, everyone. This is Guinness Match Day. Welcome from the break. What's up?
Somebody told me. You were not paying attention.
He said someone told him on Twitter.
The guy said the thing just before you came on there. He said somebody told him. He was just saying that.
But Hurricane to win, no try.
But this, I mean,
how do you play football for that long and this is your first medal?
It's not his fault. Played for his first club.
He stayed at Spurs for too long.
No, but to be fair, for most of the years he stayed there, a lot of the top clubs, they looked like they were going to win something, didn't happen.
Yeah.
But at the time he was ready to leave, a lot of the top clubs didn't need a striker.
Yeah.
And the top club that needed a striker, Spurs were not going to negotiate with them, or Spurs were overpricing came to them. So the likes of Man City, the likes of Manchester United. But if Bayern had Lewandowski, they didn't need a Hurricane. If Real Madrid had a Benzema, they didn't need a Hurricane. And Barcelona didn't have the financial muscles to buy a Hurricane at the time. And then in Paris as well, they had Neymar, they had Mbappe, they had Messi. So all the top teams that could really afford him, they didn't need him. And those in England that wanted him, Spurs said no. If it's in England, it's 150 million. So that was crazy.
Okay, let's talk UEFA Champions League football. Tomorrow we are going to the Heritage Craft Brewery. This is Guinness Match Day, yes. At Guinness Match Day, we're talking about Guinness Smooth, yes. It is smooth. So the game is going to be very smooth tomorrow, Danike?
Oh, between
Inter Milan and Barcelona.
Inter and Barca.
You were in commentary position for the 3-3.
Quick and painless.
What does that mean?
Oh, quick and painless.
What does it mean?
Inter are struggling, you can see.
In other words, Barcelona will go through? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, quick and painless. By first half, then you start getting used to the result. Balde is back tomorrow. Trouble.
Is he back or is out and Lewandowski's rather back?
No, they say Balde is back. From Spanish La Liga preview review, they say Balde is back. I think he even trained today. So I have to check it. But Balde is back. Lewandowski could be back. But if both of them are back, then it's serious trouble. Because Inter are struggling. The thing is that they have a very good defense, best defense in the Champions League this season, Inter Milan. But they are struggling to keep chances out. They are struggling to keep goals out. Barcelona always create chances. Barcelona will always score. Last week, they were not at their best. They still got 3 goals. 3 uncharacteristic goals. Barcelona will always create opportunities. I think this will be a game, another high-scoring game, but I think it will tilt to Barcelona's side. I'm looking 3-1, 4-2, 2-goal margin in there. I think Barcelona are going to tomorrow.
Sisho?
I don't think it's going to be I think it's going to be closer than Danny projects it. His crystal ball, the crystal ball is using is very different from what I'm going to use.
No. Disclaimer: for this game, I'm not using a crystal ball. I'm using my own. The other one.
The crystal ball. Clear. Okay, but yeah, I think it's going to be closer. To be fair, it is true that in the last 1 month, Inter Milan have not been the same. And it started from that game against Bayern when it gets into the end, in that second leg. Lots of the players looked tired, some were cramping.
Yeah.
It carried on to the game against Bologna where Ossolini's brilliant goal was the only goal. They lost by a goal to 0. Then they lost to Milan by 3 goals in the Coppa Italia semis. Then it went on to the Roma game where they lost again to Roma 1-0. So Inter had gone 3 games without scoring a goal and conceding about 6 goals in the process. That was not like Inter. But that was an Inter team going through a bad time, coming up against a Barca team that looked like they were flying, yet they were not blown away. Right? So many people look at it from the Barca viewpoint that, Barca got 3 goals, but Inter got 3 goals as well. And that was
in fact, they could have even had more.
And Inter never were losing at any point in time in the game. In fact, they had a 2-goal lead and they went 3-2 up. So for an Inter team that was struggling before the game, to have turned up against a Barca team that looked like they were flying, and to have played the way they played, they could have won the game. Barca could have lost it. Barca could have won. It was that close. I think that is credit to that Inter team because they were struggling. 1 week on, he's been able to rest a lot of his top players in the weekend game, and they still went on to win. So they might be fresher. So I think there's plenty. That game is closer than maybe we are making it look. Because when you look at Barcelona as well, they've got their own defensive issues. They don't always defend well. But Danny's right, they can always score. But when Inter switch up well and they can defend well, then it becomes a problem for teams. I think what has to improve for Inter in this game is their midfield needs to be a lot more confident on the ball. They have the ability, they can do it. We've seen them do it before. That when they have the ball and they are not rushing, when they have the ball and they are able to skip past a press or 2, they can be devastating. And then Dumfries and then Carlos Augusto or Di Marco, whoever plays, is also going to be crucial in the way they carry the team forward. Because down the middle, they don't have the pace to get in behind the high line. But it is when their fullbacks are galloping that they can use them well. So I think it's a very close game. I lean towards the Italian side a little bit than the Spanish side, Barcelona. And it could go the way of Inter Milan.
If it goes the way of Inter Milan, it means that Inter Milan will be in the final and they'll meet either Arsenal or PSG. Thomas Partey is back for Arsenal. How crucial will his presence be for Mikel Arteta and his boys on Wednesday? It is finished. It is finished. Yes. Tell me.
You see, thank God for Thomas's life.
Okay. We thank God he's alive.
Over the weekend, I got a scare when I saw the Arsenal lineup because I didn't understand what Arteta was doing. The Brentford game was a pointless game. And then he fielded the star boy, Thomas Partey, who he's half wood, half glass. So if you don't take care, the glass part can hit something and then we are in trouble.
It will break.
But thankfully, he escaped that game unscathed. He is fit and ready. That side, no, Hakimi's side, the Villa game, the first leg, second leg, even the Arsenal game last week, Hakimi's side, that's the problem area. Now, Partey coming back is going to push Declan Rice to the left-hand side of midfield.
Of the midfield.
Together with Martinelli. Both of them attacking Hakimi's side. You see, Hakimi, whether he likes it or not, he will go. Even if he stays, he has probably the worst defensive awareness in European right-backs. The worst after Alexander. In fact, he's worse than Alexander Arnold. If you want, look at Telemann, look at this. Look, Hakimi's side, Sheno. The guy is free, Hakimi is looking at the guy. Hakimi. Look, I'm telling you, that side, that's where we are going to exploit. And you see, the PSG players, they are technically gifted. So if Arsenal say they are going to play the ball on the ground, there may be issues. So we'll play the ball in the air on Wednesday. You see what Villa did in the second half? 1-2, 1-2, beam. 1-2, 1-2, beam. That's how you get PSG. If the ball is on the ground, PSG will outplay. Look, long ball, isolate them. This thing Rashford should have passed. Cut him, 1-2, lay the ball to Rodgers, simple goal. So be shooting. But the point is, Arsenal have the players, they have the weapons to go to Paris and win. It's just 1-0. It's literally just 1-0. But Partey elevates their game from the 60% we saw last week to 99.7%.
Joy FM.
Thank you.
Where we'll have the commentary. Sicho.
We know what he's coming to say. Say it and let's close.
What am I going to say?
You know what I'm coming to.
What am I coming to say?
Say it and let's close. Say it.
What am I? Okay, now that you know what I'm going to say it for me.
And the song. They don't watching. They know where can you say it.
Look,
we are looking.
Partey's return is significant for Arsenal.
But
because there isn't any player in the side. I'm not using the bat yet. I'll use it, but I will not yet.
Luke chapter 11 verses 11.
But as for the bat, I'll use it. But it's coming. Partey coming back is crucial. Like I've said, no player in the Arsenal team plays like he does. The closest player now, Jorginho, but is injured and not any younger. But
we know what they say. You did say it, then let's go.
But negates everything. It negates everything.
Danny's analysis on Arsenal is really superb, and I agree that once Thomas Partey is in the middle of the park, Declan Rice is going to be a lot more advanced and a lot more adventurous into the left channels, as we've seen him flourish. We saw the game over the weekend. We played the highlights. You look at the positions he's picking in that channel, he's making those runs. Yeah. And that is only also because when Partey is available and Declan Rice ventures, Lewis Kelly, who is very comfortable in coming into the midfield, also aids that Arsenal shape. However, if Lewis Kelly is going to be dropping into that middle of the park alongside Thomas Partey, and then Martinelli is going to stay high up, and Declan Rice is going to go high up, that space that Lewis Kelly is going to be vacating most of the time when they are building up, when the turnovers do happen, Arsenal will be stretched. Arsenal will struggle. Because PSG have a way of using their midfielders to package the position's midfield into zones to allow, give me the name, the free row false nine. Yeah. The free row false nine in Dembele to get into positions where when he picks up the ball, he's so let me paint the
But
picture.
is he fit? Dembele, is he fit?
Oh yeah, Dembele will play.
Are you a doctor?
But you said Baldi was are you a doctor?
I'm about to have heard that the guy.
I've heard.
What are you here for?
France, l'équipe.
The guy.
Well, I heard it in French. My French is not very good.
It's not
so I'm not sure if it is correct.
It's not true.
But I hear them play. But why you hope he doesn't play?
Dembele gets it.
Why you hope he doesn't play?
No, he has to save himself. The guy is not.
But yeah. But whatever happens, even if Dembele doesn't play, it's going to be one of those front three players in Doué or Kvaratskhelia or Barcola. Of course, they don't offer the same things as Dembele. But the point is, if Arsenal away from home against this very good PSG team are going to take that risk that Danny describes, they are done. I think that is where they lose the game if they take that risk, because PSG will have too many spaces when they have the turnover. And when PSG have got the ball, they take very good care of the ball. And PSG's pressing is one of the best in Europe as well.
He spoke about how they've got quality players on the ball.
And I think that is how Arteta is going to play, really. Lewis Kelly alongside Partey, Declan Rice will move forward, Martinelli trying to stretch and exploit that side of PSG, yes. But in France, I think that will be the undoing of Arsenal. The other thing too is that if you need one big team in Europe that is capable of falling on their own patch on big European nights, that is PSG. But the way they've played this season and the way some of their top players have stepped up, like Donnarumma, he's going to be instrumental for them if they're going to get into the final. So I take PSG to go into the final and play against Inter Milan. And when we get there, I'll tell you who will win as well. I think I've told you who I think will win.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
You see this guy? Have you seen this guy?
I've seen him.
Why does he behave like that?
What has he done?
The last thing you said.
That in
France. Why in France they play on Sunday or what?
When I say in France, I mean away from home. Arsenal away from home. Maybe I should say away.
Didn't Arsenal go to the Bernabeu when they had closed the roof? Didn't they go there?
Against a Real Madrid team that...
But Bernabeu...
Against Real Madrid team that what? You were the same person who came here to tell us. You see, this guy...
But in the end, I realized that you can't reach Champions League back-to-back if you don't have...
I am Stephens from Kasua. Trent leaving Liverpool is a big disaster. But apart from the squad issue, also the financial issue caused letting him go for free, dear A. I'm also happy Cole Palmer is back. That cross from Lamine Maguire was so sweet.
Abola.
The dribbling before the cross was prime Ronaldinho. He said, if we make it to the final with Spurs, I feel they will win. Ang says that he usually wins trophies in his second season. I think he will win it to prove a point. This from Pilolo Insignani.
Harry Maguire. He's better than Lamine Yamal, but people can't see it. As a winger.
Did you see that post from Ronaldinho saying that? Did you watch my YouTube videos on? Yes.
Harry Maguire. Better than Lamine Yamal. He's Man United's best striker, best winger, best defender. Complete.
United fans.
But it's true.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah, it's true.
This is called emotional damage.
Maguire.
Maguire.
Maggie. You don't know.
Player.
Good evening, guys. I am Energy, watching you live from, I don't know if it's Bewia or Bawia in the Western region.
Energy.
Yes, it's Energy. Barcelona is for 3. Okay. Alaji Hamza Pig Farm. My brother, I just tuned off my television simply because of what brother Philip just said. I can assure him he should take it or leave it. We are winning the Copper Cup and we are going to play in the Champions League. What at all have we done wrong to deserve this? But you tuned off. How are you able to send me the message?
On My United.
Yes.
Sorry.
And then, show proudly brought to you by Piva Beverages, a taste you'll always love. Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soakins, Ama Gary Soakins are easy. And also, Guinness, yes, we can. That has made it possible for us to bring you tonight's edition of Sports Zone. I am Muftar Nabilabla. I did this with Sichose, Philip Mastrim, and Daniel Krante. Thank you very much for your company.